Welcome to a new fragrance review. Today I'm gonna tell you my top 5 fresh fragrance for summer. So, the fragrance I'm gonna say today are not necessarily fragrances that are great for summer because there are some fragrance like Bulgari Aqua Atlantique that will go really well in that list, but it's not like a fresh fragrance, it's an aquatic fragrance and it's more toward that line of fragrance. Though it's a great summer fragrance, it's not a fresh fragrance. Also, there's Corum, which for me it's a great fresh fragrance for summer, or well, not fresh, I mean just fragrance for summer, but it's definitely like an 80s beast is not a fresh fragrance, absolutely. Though I really enjoy it for summer. So the list is really about something that's nice, fresh, a little bit of cleanness into it. I was thinking to put Dracar Noir in the list, so it's gonna be an honorable mention, but I'm not gonna put it because again, it's an 80s beast, though it's toward the end of the 80s, so it's not quite a beast as other fragrances from that era. Though I think it's nice, it's fresh, it's clean, it's a good summer fragrance, but I still think it doesn't belong in the list. We're gonna start with the first one, which is Guerlain Vetiver Extreme, and this fragrance, I would say it's the one that's the most like on the limit of like being called fresh, but it's nice. I feel Vetiver is fresh as a fragrance. It's really nice. It's clean. It's beautiful. A little bit smoky, a little bit of licorice. If you like Vetiver by Guerlain, you should try this one. And if you like Vetiver at all, you should try this one. Though I think it's discontinued, so you might have a bit of trouble to find it. Definitely it's great. And if you want something in that essence without trying to find it, I'm gonna go with another honorable mention with Malaysia Uomo Vetiver, which is an extremely cheap fragrance, probably the cheapest stuff that I got, like $11 full bottle. It doesn't have like the whole complexity of this fragrance, but it's still a nice clean Vetiver fragrance. And if you like that, also that's a great fragrance. Now it will be number 6, and this is number 5. Number 4, it's Polo Blue by Ralph Lauren, and this fragrance, I would say it's a bit heavy for an aquatic, but it's like old school aquatic, really great, a really beautiful fragrance. I'm not into aquatic, but this is really done well. I would say that it's the best 90s fragrance that was ever made, though it was made in 2005, but still it feels like that era kind of went a little bit overboard. And of course, it's made 5 years after the 90s. You had time to make it really well, but if you're into 90s fragrance, it's great. If you're into aquatic, this is great. This is really stable in the collection, and also would say it's my second favorite Ralph Lauren and my favorite for summer. Number 3 is Acqua di Parma Colonia Essenza, and this fragrance is one of the most natural on the list. It smells really good. It's great, fresh, aromatic fragrance with some citrus. It's really great, elegant fragrance. It's also the most elegant with Vetiver Extreme on the list. It's an amazing fragrance. I never tried the original Acqua di Parma, though I'd like to try it, but this one is really good. It's really great fragrance. If you like to dress up, to look nice, especially in summer, this is probably a fragrance that you're gonna tend to go to really often. Number 2 is Rinse Wash by Zara, and this fragrance is extremely good, especially if you consider it's a Zara. It's not like some masterpiece that you need to do everything to figure where to pick it up, but it's a great fragrance. It's a clone from Acqua di Gio. Feels for me that there's a little bit of Nautica Voyage into this fragrance, but it's really, really well made. I'm not a big fan of Acqua di Gio, not enough to buy a full bottle of it. Maybe eventually the original, I'll get a bottle if I'm getting a good price, because it's Acqua di Gio, it will go well in my collection. This one is really something. I got it toward the end of summer, and that's why there's not much left, not much that I took. Definitely something that for summer is really great. I really love it, and there is one reason why it's not number 1 on the list, and it's that it's from Zara. And Zara, they just always discontinue stuff, so if I would put this one as the best, I mean, it's not best because you cannot find it anymore. I don't know why, because it's awesome. But that's how it is. That's how Zara take all their best fragrance except for the tobacco one, and they discontinue it because I don't know, they hate people or something. But fragrance is great. And number 1 is 4711, which is the newest fragrance that I got from all the bunch, and it's one of the newest that I got recently. Really fresh. And the reason why it's number one, it's mainly because that fragrance was made in like 17 something, like 1700 whatever year, and it's really old, and still they keep making this fragrance. People keep buying it. I mean, that shows that it's a great fragrance when they make it for hundreds of years and people keep buying it. Also, it's a really fresh fragrance. I know they sell it as a splash on, and it feels like a great fragrance to just like splash all over you, to just get refreshed and feel really good. When I sprayed it also, it felt like a bit refreshing. Longevity is really bad of the fragrance, but that's not really the purpose of it. And now we have like AC, we have ice cream, we have like whatever stuff like in the fridge, popsicle, and a bunch of things to keep us cool in summer. But I think this was made in years where you didn't have those choices. It was either you find shadow or you spray that and splash that all over you to get fresh, go swimming in a river. It really is made fresh and refreshing, and that's another reason why I'm putting it as number one. And also, it's a great fragrance. It smells good, and definitely it's something you need to try. Fragrance is super cheap. I picked up this one, which was not the cheapest, even though it was already super cheap, because it had a spray. But you should just like find the cheapest one, even if there's no spray, to smell it, because it's really interesting to see where fragrances were some time ago and where we came now, where we are at this point of time. And it's a really interesting fragrance also for that, for historical purpose, for analysis, just like know what it smells. So hope you enjoyed the video. If it's the case, well, like and share. If there's other fragrance that you think would deserve a best place in that list as a fresh fragrance, put it in the comment. So thanks for watching and see you soon.